So, so as I just mentioned to you, we discussed while we are doing the events, the float and all that. This was debtors management. We are going to look at debtors management now. It's very interesting, but and simple also. It's not very difficult. So here, receivables management. It includes what are the things that are included? Credit granting decision, credit period decision, discount rate and period decision. So if you understand that there is a bank, you are a person, individual, Venus, if you go to the bank and tell him, please give me loan, will they give you the loan?
Not immediately. Checking the credit worthiness.
Your credit worthiness, they have to check. There are certain parameters in which they will check you and give you. So, what are the credit worthiness that they'll say? Whether you are having the capacity to repay the loan, whether you are a genuine person, whether you have a PAN card, you got an Aadhaar and all that. They'll identify you first. They will identify you first, and then they will check whether you have the repayment capacity, and then only give the money. The same principles apply when somebody. This is a company, and this is the customer. So the customer is approaching for credit limit. When their credit limit, credit period, whatever is their credit limit, first he will ask, and the same parameters that a bank does to their own individual customers, same thing will be applied. So here it will be whether he is a trade license he has got GST, and what is his financials. All these things will be inquired, audit report and all. Based on that, the company's highest officials will decide whether to extend credit or not. It is not only that decision of extending credit, that is the first one. What is the credit period? How much days? 30 days, 60 days, whatever. And what is the discount to be granted if he pays within the certain time? How much period he has to pay so that you can give the decision? All these things are a major decision making when credit is being given to a customer. Just like a bank fixes interest rate, right? That same way, the credit period is to be given and the discount rate is given. All that are decided by the company and then only granted. It's the highest, because somebody default, somebody has to be responsible because this decision is taken very seriously in a bank. Financing against receivables and debtors follow-up is also coming under that because against that receivable you're going to do it. Now, three basic elements of management of sundry debtors, not creditors, debtors. Credit policy, that is decision on the credit period to be allowed, early payment discount or whatever. Credit analysis, this decision on whether credit can be extended to a particular customer. That is what is the analysis. Whether he is capable, whether he repay. Then control over receivables, steps of debtors follow up for faster collection of debtors. How to follow up the money. Now, when you do that, there are certain costs involved in that because you are not going to get the money soon. Therefore, there is an interest on investment. Additional funds are blocked in receivable. This involves a cost in the form of interest in case of loan funds because you are borrowing money and doing the interest you have to pay on that if you don't get money. An opportunity cost of capital, that is, if you are using your own funds, there is an opportunity cost. Then there is an administration cost because you are going to keep record keeping, investigation, credit worthiness, etc. Now here, I just want to check. You go to Reliance or Alucas for that matter, Venus. were talking about you go to Alucas, right? Do they ask you for your name? Do they have to record how much sales you have made, how much purchase you have made? Venus,
No.
they are not bothered. They are bothered. I'll tell you why. But ultimately, they will ask probably your mobile number or yours or your father's or mother's mobile number. But otherwise, they are not concerned with your name and all that, right? Why? Because they don't have to follow up because you have paid them. There is no pending dues. You don't have to bother. But if you're not paying, obviously they will have to keep all the details because they have to follow up, right? So that is what is the administrative cost, record keeping, investigation of credit, etc. Delinquency cost, cost of reminders, phone calls, follow up, etc. Then there is a collection cost, called cost of contacting customers, collecting checks in person, outstanding check collection. All these will come. If it was there was no credit given, there is no problem. So, Aparna, can you follow a method where you don't get credit? Can you say, no, I will not give credit? Aparna, what will happen if you don't give credit? If you don't give credit, what happens? What happens if you don't give credit? Or if you give credit, what happens? Maria, if you give credit, if you don't give credit,
So
what happens? If you give credit, what happens?
it
Why,
will affect our sales.
why should you give credit? That's my question. All these problems are there. Should you give credit at all? What is the purpose of giving credit? On credit, selling on credit.
So it helps to increase sales.
Exactly. If you want to increase sales, you have to give credit. Otherwise, they will not be able to increase credit. Again, depends on the industry also. Okay, it's not that all industries you have to get credit. As we saw in retail industry, generally there is no way you can give credit. So there is a compelling reason for giving credit. Otherwise, you can say why all this headache. Then there is the defaulting cost. That is bad debt, legal charges, interest, suits, and all that. That is all going to come. So these are the backgrounds in which we need to understand receivables. One more thing that is there in this is this another terminology, which is normally credit terms. Normally the credit terms are expressed 3 by 15 net of 45, which means discount of 3% will be granted if the customer pays within 15 days. So when you see a term like this, you should understand this is what is the meaning, which means 15 days, 3, 15, net 45. So what is the meaning? He will get 3% discount if he is granted, if he pays within 15 days. If he does not avail this benefit, he must pay within 45 days. That means normal credit period is 45. He can take that credit. But if he wants to pay and take discount, he should pay within 15 days. So this is the nomenclature which is used to indicate that, so that both the seller and the buyer understand this. The terminology. Then the other thing that is very important is because these costs are involved, the company has to sell on credit, but yet avoid these costs. Therefore, there is an arrangement under which a firm called the borrower receives an advance against the receivable from a financial institution called factor. The factor also provides certain allied service like debtors follow-up, maintenance on behalf. So here what happens is that always the customer is the seller is in a problem because he is now wanting to increase his turnover. He is wanting to increase the turnover, but what is the problem? All these costs will come. So he wants to increase the turnover. This is the company. Company wants to increase the turnover. Therefore, he has to give on credit. But the problem is there is a lot of costs involved. Then admin cost of administering it, then follow up and all that, and money is also stuck. Now, if there is some person, some agency called factor, what he is saying, don't worry, you give credit. You give credit, no problem. I will give you the money that you are giving on credit. But, and I will follow up with the creditors, debtors, don't worry. But I will charge you something. The company is happy because the company's primary aim is what? To sell, right? They should not be bothered about, whether I'm going to get money and all that. That this guy is going to take care. So he is going to, of course, not give it free. He's going to charge you for that. That charging is there. Yet the company may be benefit overall because the company doesn't have to engage people to collect and follow up and record and everything. Everything is done by this guy. So it's a win-win for all of them. That type of arrangement is called factoring. We'll look at a problem later on, but this is what is the all the items coming under receivables management.